guys? Welcome back to another edition of the UFC VIP Predictions vlog. Again, I have here with me Dara, and we're just going to jump right into the co-main and main event of UFC 211. So let's start with Joanna Jedrzejczyk versus Jessica Andrade. What do you got there?
Well, obviously it's an interesting fight. You have someone who, Joanna Jedrzejczyk, or Jedrzejczyk, whatever pronunciation
it's a tough name to pronounce,
She's obviously undefeated. She's number 7 pound-for-pound fighter in the UFC. In terms of technical ability and technical striking, she's up there with Conor McGregor as probably the organization's best. Jessica Andrade, she is 3-0 since moving down to 115.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I can see, I think she would be Joanna's toughest opponent to date. Her relentless, crazy style of fighting is going to pose some problems for Joanna, as far as I can see. One of the questions that I guess is still to be decided or to be answered this coming Saturday is, can she go 5 rounds? She's never gone 5 rounds before. She's always had to go 3 rounds. And when she finds someone like Joanna, who was a multiple Muay Thai world champion, when you watch her previous fight against Carolina, I think that'll bring her on as a more definitive and more established fighter. It was her toughest opponent to date. Her inside kicks are a thing of beauty inside guards. I think that is something that's going to pose Jessica some problems in this fight. But again, it's a case of, can she hold up 5 rounds? As far as I see it going to a decision. I don't see either one knocking each other out. I think it's going to be more of a calculated fight from Joanna, especially given that the previous fight, she was tested for the first time in a long time. And so, I'm going to see it in 5 rounds. I'm going to give it to Joanna.
Well, okay, so I agree with everything you said there. We're going to see equal intensity between the two. A lot of level changes, tons of flurries. I already know that's going to come around. This is Joanna's 5th title defense, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
So now I'm wondering, are we getting to that point where is it time for the belt to change hands? A few other people I've spoken with think Jessica's going to walk away with the gold. Aside from just flurries, a lot of octagon control from both fighters.
Right.
I expect to see, again, you mentioned Andrade has the kick game is good with her, and it's going to cause Joanna some problems. I totally agree with that. I also know that Andrade knows that she doesn't want to take any needless damage, and she knows that if she can get this fight to the ground, that's going to possibly cause Joanna to panic a bit. And I'm going to go ahead and give this fight to Andrade. Part of me wants to say decision, but I think we could see a submission coming out of Andrade in the later rounds here. So
we'll agree to disagree. So.
Yeah. Agree to disagree. So let's now move on to the main event of 211, Stipe Miocic versus Junior Dos Santos. Now they've met before, and it was an absolute blast to watch. Between the knockout power between the two, it went full set of rounds. A lot of people believe that Stipe took the win here. I even believe Stipe took the win. So what have you got for this?
Yeah, in 2014, it was a 5-round war. One of the best striking matches you're ever likely to see. You have someone like Junior Dos Santos in terms of hand speed and coordination. He's probably the fastest heavyweight out there. This is the guy who put down Cain Velasquez in the first round. Not to mention that he put Mark Hunt on his ass as well with a spinning kick, which is something that you very rarely see from heavyweights. This is a test, I guess, to see which fighter has progressed in the 3 years since they previously fought. And Stipe Miocic, you have someone who is he's now regarded as the baddest man on the planet. Can he retain that label as being the guy to beat? His wrestling and punching ability second to none in terms of how he weighs up versus the likes of Cain Velasquez, Junior Santos, Mark Hunt, Alistair Overeem, just to name a few. I honestly, this is a pick 'em for me. I really don't know. This one shot could end from either guy. You have someone like who has Miocic who can catch him on the hop, as I like to say. It's honestly one of these matches where it's a pick 'em. There's no strengths or weaknesses, which is gonna cancel out the other fighter's style, as far as I can see.
Right.
Purely on the basis of him being champion, I get Miocic in 5 again. It's a hard one to call, man. It's a hard one to call.
I totally agree. First of all, I'm going to say Speed's going to win this one, and Stipe's got it. I also know that Stipe has in his head, we're not leaving this to the judges. I expect to see a lot of octagon control from Stipe. He wants to keep, I guess, for lack of a better term, keep Junior on his heels so that Junior won't be able to have power coming from the hips with his knockout power.
I think a big factor in this fight as well is how both guys' training camps have gone. Cardio is going to be a huge thing in this fight. Is Miocic going to outlast Dos Santos? In terms of somebody who has work ethic, Dos Santos is very rarely matched when it comes to something like that.
Right. There's no quit in either of these guys.
Miocic just want to bring it to the judges. He wants to, put it beyond depth, put Dos Santos on his ass, and have this fight over before it goes to judges. Do I see it happening? Probably not. Is there a possibility that it could happen? Of course, it's a heavyweight bout, so anything is open to happen in this fight.
It's revenge time for Stipe. I'm gonna call it and go with a TKO from Stipe, and it's not gonna go all the way. I'm gonna go round 4. Stipe takes it.
I'm gonna take Stipe. Stipe on the judges' scorecards.
Judges score. All right, man. Well, thanks again for joining me, and we'll see you guys next time when we go over the co-main and main events of UFC 213.